going?
Welcome to the channel. My name is Frank.
And I'm Luan.
So today we'll do a short drive along the east coast of Auckland.
Yep, that's right. And we'll be trying out each other's cars. Frank's got his Honda S2000 here today.
Yep, one's got his Alfa GTA.
Yep, Alfa Romeo, yep.
Yep, we've never tried each other's cars before.
No, we haven't actually.
Yeah, we'll do a short impression of what we think of the cars. And the weather's great. A little bit cold, but clear, nice day.
Yeah, at least it's not raining, you know, so it's all
yes,
good.
so it'll be great fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. So inside the GTA, the first impression is a simple cabin. So this is a what production year?
2004.
2004. It's been quite well kept. Original steering wheel. Very nice pedals.
Those
Aluminium.
are aftermarket. But the original pedals looked very similar to that.
So let's start up the car. It's funny how I don't even have to put in the clutch to start it. So let's have a look at the cluster. Instrument cluster. Very nice.
Do you like the V6 rumble?
Yeah, sounds pretty good. Show the cup holders.
There's a cup holder there, which is actually blocked by the aftermarket stereo. And then there's a cup holder just here as well.
Oh wow, okay. And this is?
Just a card holder.
Ah, I see. Love these.
Yeah, those Italians, you know, they have to have their little cappuccino sitting there as they're driving.
These are very handy actually.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the aftermarket stereo, which pokes out a little bit, but the stock stereo sits flush with the rest of the car, with the rest of the dash. So it's just because of the aftermarket stereo.
Right. Luan's got the fire extinguisher as well, ready for the track.
Safety first.
Very good, very good. Okay, let's get going. Let's go. We're in the GTA. My first time driving it. The driving position is actually quite low. The seat is very low, but visibility is really good. Oh, the V6 sounds pretty good, huh? Where's 3?
Third gear is the hardest one to find.
The steering is quite light. V6 sound. The rumble sounds very good. Much better than the 4-cylinder sound of my S2000. So quick impressions about the Alfa Romeo GTA 147. The V6 actually sounds very, very good. And the engine has got plenty of torque. So basically driving around these windy back roads, you can just leave it at even third gear. It's quite punchy. Some tighter sections go down to second gear. Very nice and smooth V6 engine. The steering is quite light and doesn't have much feedback. Doesn't have not much feel to it. It's very accurate, but just doesn't give you much feedback. The suspension is quite supple as well. Actually, it's funny. It's very similar feeling to the S2000. The steering's light, quite numb, but suspension's quite compliant. Supple suspension soaks up the bumps really well, and when you are turning in, it holds the line very good. Body roll is less than I expected for such a tall car. It doesn't have too much body roll. It's very good. Let's rev it a little bit and hear the sound. The pedal placement I find is less easy to do heel and toe. The gas pedal is actually quite high. So when you are stepping on the brake, it's just a little bit harder to do heel and toe. But for a front-wheel drive vehicle, I have to say the handling is very good. So just a quick recap. Oh, it's so funny how this feels so similar to the S2000. I guess they are in the same year range, production year range. It's just the ride, the way it delivers power, and the compliance of the suspension, and just the way it drives. Feels so similar. It's amazing. Obviously, the powertrain is different. The GTA has got a much bigger engine. It's a V6. So in terms of power, the GTA has much more sense of urgency. Feels quicker too, even through the corners. But yeah, but again, as I said, even with the power difference, the drive sensation of both cars, there's a lot of similarities, which is very, very interesting.
Did you notice the turning radius was like terrible?
It's so huge. I had to go on that green grass. Huh?
It's really bad.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the worst things about the car. I should talk about that too. See?
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, am I gonna scrape it?
No, it's actually not very low, so that's one of the good things about the car. Alright everyone, welcome to the Alfa Romeo 147 GTA. I think that was a good intro to how the car feels actually. We have this lovely Alfa Romeo V6 sitting right in the front, 3.2 litre V6. It's got about 250 horsepower and it's just a ton of fun because you have like this big V6 in a little hatchback and it shouldn't really work But the great thing is it does work, you know, it actually works really well. Whatever Alfa have done has made this car really feel alive. It doesn't really feel heavy at the front at all, you know, you can really turn in, you can feel the grip. There's quite a bit of grip if you have the limited slip differential, which is what this car has, the Q2 Alfa LSD. And this sort of car, you just kind of drive around on these back roads, you know, you can drive it on the motorway, you can go long distance with it as well. And it just feels great. You know, the steering wheel is really quick. I think it's a 1.7 lock-to-lock steering rack, which is really, really fast. So it actually gives you the sense that, you know, you're driving something quite special because it responds really well. You know, the V6 has got so much torque as well. There's so much response from that engine. And part of the reason is because it's quite an old engine. It's basically a 70s design. And there's no variable anything, you know, there's no, you know, fancy cams or anything like that. It's just a really simple V6 that, you know, pulls all the way from, you know, pretty much from idle all the way to redline. So you can use that power anywhere that you want, and it makes the car just a pleasure to drive. And obviously you get that really nice, you know, Alfa V6 soundtrack as well, which is always in the background. And this car is, you know, totally stock in terms of the exhaust. So this is just the way it came from the factory. It's actually quite a nice noise. But yeah, just driving it along some of these country roads. Today we're driving along the Maraetai coastal road, and just some of the scenery that you see along with the car, along with the driving experience is really fantastic. So I've had this car for about 3.5 years. You know, on my other YouTube channel, you'll see like a whole bunch of videos of me doing things on the car. Most of it was just maintenance, so there wasn't really much that actually went wrong. And so this car is actually really reliable, the engine's really dependable, and I've really enjoyed having it. It's been a really fun car that I've taken to track a couple of times as well. So yeah, you can literally do anything that you want with it, and it's just nice to drive. It's a good looking car, probably one of the best hot hatches that you can buy in terms of looks. And you just don't see these cars on the road much anymore, so it's really nice to be able to take it out and experience, you know, some of these awesome roads that we have in New Zealand.
Grip level is pretty good, huh?
It's actually pretty good, yeah, exactly.
For front-wheel drive.
Yeah. And it's really predictable as well. So you can actually chuck it into a corner and you can really tell what the car's going to do. So it gives you a lot more confidence actually to drive the car.
How heavy is this?
It's about 1.3 to 1.4 tons.
Oh, it's very similar to the S2000
Yeah, it's quite heavy because of that big V6 up the front.
Right, it's considered quite light already. It's only 1.3. I mean, the V6 takes about what, half the weight?
I've got no idea. Probably. But yeah, I mean, these days hot hatches are, you know, like even 1.9, 1.8 sort of tons,
exactly.
You know? So actually this is not too heavy.
Because considering S2000 is already 1,300, even with a soft top.
Yeah.
So this is not heavy at all.
Yeah.
Great.